Rhys, welcome to the Dragons. Tell us about your first 10 days. How's it going?
It's actually been really good. I've thoroughly enjoyed the first 10 days, and I've learned quite a lot already about certain things here at the Dragons. I've landed at the Dragons at a time which is very exciting for the club. With the new ownership group and everything that's going on behind the scenes, it's a particularly exciting time to have come across as chief exec. They approached me a little while ago about the job, and we discussed it in a lot of detail and what their plans were for the Dragons, and it excited me. It really sort of got me to buy into it, and there's loads and loads of things here that happen at Rodney Parade and Mynach at the Dragons that are fantastic. I did a couple of interviews when I first came into the job, and I think I need to make it very clear, and it's a good opportunity for me to do so, that both myself and the owners of the Dragons and everybody else associated with the club are absolutely determined to work together with everybody else in Welsh Rugby to make a success of it. Now really excited about what I can bring to the Dragons, where the Dragons are as a club, and how we really sort of look to the future to improve everything from an off-field and on-field perspective.
Rhys, what have been your first impressions on coming into Dragons?
First impressions to me are how sort of great the staff are. There's some fantastic people working in both sites. The welcome I've received has been brilliant, and I've been sort of accepted as part of the Dragons family by both staff and fans and partners alike very quickly, which is great. We did the awards night the other night here on last Saturday night, and I was thrilled by how everybody was so welcoming, warm, and everybody sort of really gets on, and there's a great family feel to the club. There's clearly some challenges for us. That's another sort of observation I've made, I guess, in the first 10 days or so, but I think those challenges are things that we can definitely influence and improve, and I think that's something that I'm going to be seriously focused on for the next few months.
You talk about the welcome you've had. How important is it for you to get out there, meeting partners, meeting the supporters club, meeting the fans, and building those relationships?
Yeah, look, I think that's an absolute priority. Jonathan and the commercial team are doing a great job. I'm looking to try and add value there by getting involved as much as I can and helping them to improve and increase our revenues across all commercial lines. In terms of our supporter clubs and different groups that support us here at the Dragons, I'm really keen to get in front of them and spend some time with them, understand what they like and dislike, and try and work with them to improve their experiences. I think, to be honest with you, Ben, the most important thing for us is our fans, and that's a very sort of cliche thing to say, but we need to work very, very hard to make sure that those guys feel included in anything that we do. Ahead of next season, I'll make it my absolute priority for me to sit down and understand their requirements and do all I can to fulfil them.
In terms of looking forward, you must feel then there's a huge opportunity for growth here at the club, both on and off the field. Two
key ones, I suppose. The key one which the supporters want to discuss is on-field performance, but the other one which is really important is commercial growth, and obviously one leads to the other, both ways. I think commercial growth at Rodney Parade is a relatively straightforward one. We've got an incredible site here right in the heart of Newport, and this time of year is exactly when we should be monetising it better. There are bits and bobs going on, and the guys are working hard to make sure that we do have some commercial income from the site, but there's definitely scope for us to be looking at big events over the course of next summer when there's no Newport County and Dragons games on, and really maximise the site. And then from an on-field perspective, the board here have already made huge strides to try and improve that. There's a new coaching team in place next year, and there's a number of signings, managed to retain a lot of our high-profile talent. So all those things contribute towards us being more successful on field. Over the next couple of years, I'm sure that the plan is, and unquestionably the plan is, to try and drive that and continue to improve it. So commercial growth and on-field growth would be the two things that we're going to focus on over the next 24 months.
In terms of targets, what do you set as your target, I guess, this close season before we start playing rugby again? What would you like to achieve? The
first thing for me is to ensure that all of our people are happy, we know which direction we're travelling in, everybody's got a focus and a clear sort of set of goals and objectives, and that goes for both sets of staff, on field and off field. And I think then, by the time we start the season, we're all as one. I think it's really important that we mix a bit. When the guys are back in from their rugby break, we get together and we spend some time together and everybody understands our objectives. It's interesting, I want to improve our Dragons story. I want to talk a bit about who we are, where we're from, and what makes us, and that will feature in everything that we do moving forward. To establish what that story looks like is going to be a bit of a challenge. Once we've created that story, I want it to run through the DNA of everything that we do at the Dragons. So I think by the time the season starts, I want that to be in place, and hopefully with that, hopefully we can drive success on and off the field.
Just finally, Rhys, what would be your message to the support base as we look towards next season?
I think it's a really exciting time to be a supporter of the Dragons. You've got a new ownership group who are really enthusiastic about making a serious change on and off field. They brought me on as a chief exec to help them do that and to drive standards and to make sure that all of us are pulling in the same direction. And I think the really important thing is the supporters buy into that with us and come on a journey with us. We need our supporters to be right behind us at this point. We can promise you one thing next year is that we're going to give 100% on and off the field to everything that we do. This isn't going to be a really, really quick fix, but hopefully over the next 6 to 10 months, you'll see a significant step change in performances on field, which will lead to better experiences at match days. And buying season tickets, being part of our journey is something that starts today. So yeah, call to arms, get behind us.